Welcome to Reiki Rising, a podcast dedicated to the transformative power of Reiki and the journey of spiritual awakening. I'm your host, Raven Waterblossom, your guide on this path to healing, self-discovery, and inner peace. Here, we explore the depths of energy healing, mindfulness practices, and how to align with the flow of life's natural rhythms. Whether you are a seasoned practitioner or just beginning your Reiki journey, this space is for you. Join me as we rise together, embracing the light within and around us. Let's begin our journey. Hello, friends, and welcome back to Reiki Rising. I am your host, Raven Waterblossom, and today we're going to be talking about a couple of topics. Number one is today is the 1111 portal. So we'll be talking about how this can be a source of support and manifestation, and this definitely helps us in times of uncertainty, which for many of us, the events around elections, the holiday season, this can bring up a lot of deep feelings, especially when we're confronted with opposite beliefs or challenges that test our values and our rights. And how we feel about that. So today I would like to offer you a space to find energetic support and to feel grounded. We'll be talking about how to work with this portal for manifestation, as well as practices to help protect your energy, stay centered, and foster equanimity as we move through these shifts together. So if you are ready, let's go ahead and get started. So we'll begin with talking a little bit about the 1111 portal. This is one of those really potent energetic gateways for manifestation. And this portal is asking us to tap into our higher selves and to align with the energy of new beginnings, clarity, and purpose. It's a time when the universe feels a little more connected to us. If you follow angel numbers, if you see double numbers frequently, if 1111 is something that you align with, when you are in a place of connecting with your highest self. So it really means to me personally that you're just on this right path. You're where you need to be in that moment. And it's important to remember that we are always exactly where we're meant to be. And things are happening around us exactly as they're meant to happen. But we do have this ability to shift timelines. So when I say shift timelines, think of the fabric of time and space. And there may not be a huge difference between this timeline and the one right next to it. It may just be something really subtle, but our reality is based on where we focus our energy. So if we are focusing our energy on the vibration of, something really crappy that happened this week, like some of us are, something that, is really worrisome. We're shifting our timeline, our reality to that event, to that energy, to that vibration. And I want to say this because we're not looking to spiritually bypass. We're not looking to just ignore the situation at hand. However, our environment reflects the vibration at which we reside at. So if we can raise our vibration, if we can come into a place of love, if we can come into a place of authenticity, which is even a higher, or the frequency shifts even more with being authentic. So if we can do that, then we can start to align ourselves and move away from this energy that is whatever this event is for you, whatever the situation is for you, and move it towards what we're wanting as a solution and how we can picture or envision the life that we want. And in doing so, things may align towards that goal. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't be feeling what you're feeling and you should just get over it and move on. Use this time, feel it, rest, do what feels good to you. Be authentic to you. Love yourself in the way you need. And the rest will radiate outwards, will affect each other, will light each other up. So that's really what I want to talk about today. So this 1111 portal amplifies this energy. So it amplifies the ability for us to release and also to manifest toward our soul's desires, our passions, our goals, what we want to see in the world and what we want to see on a one-on-one level in our personal life or in our family's life. So this can be expanded out and taken out as much as you want into the consciousness, into the collective. It can also just be focused on you. So ask yourself today what it is that you need right now. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else that I want to say around, the full moon, that was it. So we also have a full moon on Friday. So we have the 1111 portal today and the full moon on Friday. So this supercharges this manifestation time. Whatever intention you are setting for today, think about that really moving you into this next chapter in your life, this next step. You have been working towards something. Think about what it is that you've been working towards. You've been making these tiny little steps, right? You've been setting the groundwork. We've been doing this for however long you've been doing this. We started talking about last year, about, Pluto going into retrograde last year. And I worked with a lot of people that were like, I feel like I'm on the edge of something and I'm just afraid to step forward. And so we've been setting all of these little goals throughout this last year and through this entire year of coming back to this, what am I going to do? What do I want to do? What is my, what is my fire? What lights me up, in my life? What am I really passionate about? And how do I want to show up in the world too? So you may have been doing something all along, taking these little steps. And if you haven't, maybe this is just the time to think about what it is that you want to do. The world around us is changing. So what are your unique gifts that you can share with the world? And think about setting an intention there. This last new moon, I was just really feeling setting this intention of really just leaning into my authenticity, my voice, and really just sharing that with the world. And knowing that through the guidance of, sitting and doing my practices, I'm really listening, journaling, talking to my guides, talking to my oracle cards, my tarot cards, my ancestors during this last month. What is it that am I on the right path? What is it that I need to be doing? And it wasn't until the election happened and I felt this shift at about 5 a.m. And I know a lot of people have talked about this, but I felt this shift, this energetic shift, and a light bulb went off and I was like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I have been doing this and I've been laying the groundwork and being, more authentic and not afraid to share my voice and my words in several different ways. I started a writing workshop. I've started sharing my writing again, which I haven't done in years. That was part of this. So those are my personal, little things I've been doing, sharing more art, just sharing more of who I am with the world, which is a very scary thing for people and for me too. It's taken me a long time to get here, but we're here. Right? We're here. And one of the things I love doing is sharing this gift of Reiki with all of you, sharing how these practices can support you. And this is why I'm here right now. This is what I'm supposed to be doing right now, is sharing these gifts with all of you, helping all of you to awaken to these gifts that are uniquely yours. So I am feeling good today because I know exactly where I'm supposed to be. And that may not be true for you. And it's not true for me every day. Tomorrow it could change. I could feel totally different tomorrow. But right now, I know I need to be recording this episode for all of you, and that's what I'm doing. So this full moon is this cycle. So I started all of that asking questions on the new moon and really trying to manifest, leaning into my authenticity to see what would happen in this next couple of weeks leading up to this full moon. And now we're approaching it, and I'm feeling more sure and more confident because I've been receiving confirmation back and the way that things have been aligning and opportunities have been showing up. So this full moon is that next step. Think of it as like stepping through that gateway. And as you step through the gateway of this full moon on Friday, we are leaving behind the past. We are leaving it behind. So take this week, take longer if you need to grieve whatever you're grieving, whatever you've been letting go of, whatever you are not taking with you into this next step. We are stepping forward into our truest potential, our truest desires, our passions, whatever you get most excited about, whatever lights you up, not from a place of fear, but from a place of, this is the joy I want to share with the world. This is the thing that I love doing so much. It doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like it's hard. It doesn't feel like I have to sacrifice. Of course, we have to make some sacrifices, right? In our ability to feel comfortable making these choices. Maybe that's the sacrifice. So whatever you're leaving behind, take some time this week, grieve it, and plant those seeds. Plant those seeds today, 11/11. I'm going to be posting this podcast episode at 11/11 today. So I am recording this morning. I am going to post it for 11/11, 11/11. And yeah, leave it out there for all of you. I am just so excited to share all of this with you. So 11/11 portal amplifies whatever it is that you are releasing and manifesting. So really be intentional here. I can't emphasize that enough. Be so intentional today with what you are manifesting and what you are releasing. It could be an outdated story, it could be a feeling, it could be a thought process, the way things once were on a much bigger level. We're thinking about leaving a lot of things in the past that happened this week, what it was like in the past. How can we move forward? How can we move forward into uncertainty? And I do have some things for that as well. So that's what we're going to talk about next. Navigating uncertainty. We don't know what's to come from our manifestations, from what we leave behind. When we step through this door, we don't know what's on the other side, and that is scary. There are a lot of things coming in the next couple of months. We have the holidays, this holiday season. It's also the last couple of months that we have under this current administration. There's a lot of unknown to come soon. And really, we don't know what's even happening 10 minutes from now. We don't know. But having that awareness of uncertainty looming over us as we approach this holiday season, we're thinking about how we're going to navigate maybe some conversations with people. And maybe we're totally opting out. That's a choice too. Maybe we're like, not talking about it. Not gonna engage with anything. Maybe you're not even going to go. I hope that you will be able to take some things from this and make an informed choice for yourself on what you have the capacity to manage in this next couple of months, in this next couple of years. But I really want to offer Reiki here as a way, and specifically Shamballa Reiki, Shamballa energy healing, as a way to support you here. So in the recent elections, there are a lot of strong emotions, right? We are feeling a lot, especially if we're feeling the impact of political and social issues that are going to affect our daily lives and our rights as humans over our bodies. This is going to be a challenging time. Especially if you're interacting with loved ones who hold very different views. And we've been here before, right? That's just something I want to remind us all of. We have been here before since the first time when he ran for president. So there has been a divide. During these years, there's been a divide in consciousness, in beliefs, values, and not necessarily that there's been a divide, but that divide has been made clear. We have found clarity in the last decade, really. In this last 8 years, we have found clarity in seeing this divide. It's come to the surface. We are seeing the truth of what always was. It didn't mean that, these people in your lives had different views then and Trump made them think a certain way. No, I'm going to be very candid in this episode. It's leaning into authenticity here. Okay, if you voted for Trump, I honestly don't know why. I really don't get it. So that's just something I can't make sense of. I love all people, all humans, and I think that we all have a right to live freely. And I will always be a blue-haired liberal. That's going to be my view. I believe in people. And I believe that even people who claim to love those in the LGBTQ community, who claim to love their friends, their family members who are going to be affected by policies that may go into effect in this next year, there's the shitty part. They always had these beliefs. You just know about them now. So when you're taking time to grieve this week, remember that that's a part of this too. We're probably grieving some relationships because at one point maybe we were willing to just be friends, get along. But at this point, I don't need to like everybody. I'm not meant to like everybody, and not everybody's meant to like me. Not everybody's meant to like you. Can I still love people who have different views from me? Absolutely. I can love them from a distance. I don't need them to be in my life when they're harming my literal life. You don't either. You have to make those choices for yourself. And it's difficult. And there's going to be grief and there's going to be loss. But we are in a different time now where I've seen so many people are just done. I am no longer like, this sucks. I'm no longer going to have my father in my life, my mother in my life, my sister, because of the way they vote. They vote against my right to live my life freely, my right to do what I need to do with my body and to access the care that I need. That's a difficult transition, right? That's difficult. Enough is enough. So if that's something you're feeling right now, can we love them? And how can Shamballa Reiki come in here? When we're cutting these connections, when we're cutting these cords, when we're letting go, we're not just leaving that out there into, whatever. And they have free will. We can't change how people view the world. We can't change how people have come to this understanding of the world around them. But what we can do is we can wish them healing. We can wish them love. We can wish them growth for their greatest good, because we are on our own divine paths. And in this lifetime, maybe that's not their path. They have some karma and dharma to deal with. That's their journey. And you can be true to you. And that's what you need to do. That's your journey. Do whatever you want. Take what I say with a grain of salt. And if you don't like it, if it doesn't resonate with you, maybe sit and ask yourself why. It's not that it has to, but maybe just look at it. Be curious about it. Maybe it's too much right now. That's okay. Maybe just it doesn't sit with you. That's fine too. Take what resonates here. So coming into this, navigating uncertainty during this time, right? It's going to be challenging. It's really important to honor the full spectrum of our emotions. Recognize that whatever you're feeling is completely valid. We might feel frustrated, sad, angry, fearful. All of these feelings need to be seen. We're not bypassing our feelings. Yes, we're hoping for more. We're trying to move forward. We're trying not to get stuck in anything, but that doesn't mean that we just cast it aside as unimportant. The full spectrum of our emotions is there for us. This is why we're here. We're here to feel, right? We're here to process these feelings, to know what it's like to have emotions. It's very unique to the human condition, to sentient beings living on this planet. Not just humans, animals, plants, everything has emotions, and we know this now. But it's important to acknowledge all of that and to really feel it and to move through things that you need to move through. You can't do that by ignoring it. And Reiki and energy healing, yoga, meditation, these are all things to support you in your practice. They are really powerful tools that can help support our practice of being with these emotions. When it comes to Shamballa and to Reiki, this is such a grounding practice, and it really helps us to connect to our truest essence. It helps us to connect to peace and our sense of wholeness and how we feel fulfilled, who we are as a whole. This includes all of our emotions. And when we tap into this energy, we can call on our guides. We can call on the energetic support around us. We can call on our ancestors. We aren't in this alone. We can call on the collective energy in the universe and even the communities that we create together as a source of support. Now is time to lean into community, to be involved in the community in some way that is supportive to you, your beliefs, your life experience. When we reach for this support, we strengthen it as a collective. We come together and support each other in creating this net where we can catch each other, hold space for each other, share our gifts with each other. That's why we're here, friends. That's why we're here. So if, for me, making art this week and offering it to send out to people on my social media, if you follow me, I've asked people if you want just a little piece of kindness and art to be sent to you, please send me your address and I will send you a piece of unique art with a message of loving kindness, because sharing kindness in this world, this is community. This is community that, may not be something that you go to every day, although that might be what you do. It might be a meeting. It might be a gathering of some sort. That is your community. Lean into your friends, your supportive friends with maybe similar experiences. You guys can lean on each other. Come together to support each other. And I think that's the shift we're going to see here. That's the shift we're going to see in these coming months, coming years, is that we are going to rally together. We are going to come together. And that's true. Someone said that to me in community, and this is why community is so beautiful, because I was feeling this sense of hope, but also fear. And that was such a beautiful reminder that in times like this, we do come together and rally around each other, and we raise our vibration. We come into a place of just truly supporting each other, and that's what we want to see in the world, right? And so that's what we will see in the world. We will see that. That will be our experience. That will be our timeline of shifting our focus. Not that these things don't matter, not that you don't need to be engaging in efforts to mitigate these issues. That you don't need to do that. You do. If that's what you want to do. If that's what you feel called to do. And yes, we should be engaging in whatever way we can to support marginalized communities, always. But also, that's really important right now. So there are lots of ways that we can support each other in community. And in doing so, we are aligning with that timeline where that's what we see. So that's what I mean in a shift in timelines. It can be something so subtle. And then looking back, we can say, oh, well, that makes sense. Because if I'm thinking about the fear all the time, and I'm thinking about what could happen and what might happen, I'm trying to time jump. I'm trying to jump into the future of a possibility that's not a reality because it's not in the present. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. But just lean into community and lean into your practices, whatever they are, your mindfulness practices. I'm going to share a technique for shielding for emotional protection. So this is something that you can use, that is a practice that you can adopt, that you can use going into situations where you may be going to see your family, you may be engaging in conversations with people that don't have the same views as you, that may have voted against your ability to exist in this world. You may be, and you likely will encounter situations like this. And even just going out into public, it can feel a little unsafe right now. So this is a technique for shielding for emotional protection. So when we're entering spaces where we feel vulnerable or exposed to challenging energies, this is when we'll do this. So I have 2 of them here for you. And you may have heard of these already. And again, this is what's great about community. It's all about little reminders so we can remember who we are. Okay, so the first one is a white light bubble. So what you're going to do here is just do this with me as a practice. We'll take a couple of deep breaths and find a seated position, or you can do this standing as well. Sometimes we're out in public and we need to stand and not sit somewhere to activate this. You can activate this anytime. So what we do here is we imagine ourselves surrounded by a bubble of pure white light. So picture this light wrapping around you, forming a protective barrier. Come into the space of the heart. I like to imagine this light beginning in the heart space. In each breath that I take, I envision this light filling my heart space, filling my chest, my belly, my arms, my legs, my entire body. And then extending this light outward beyond the borders of my body, moving this light outward into my energetic field. thinking of moving this light out into your aura, through the subtle bodies, into the auric field, and whatever feels like a comfortable space to you. Whenever you arrive at this space that feels like, okay, I can see this light around me. This light is shielding you from external negativity. It's semi-permeable. It allows only love and support, only supportive energy to flow through, loving energy to flow through. It is protective. And it's moving through you. This light is moving through you. You are radiating love, light energy, loving support to others as well. You can call on the shield anytime you feel that you need a little more protection. Again, going out into public, coming into conversations. And then when you feel you don't need this shield anymore, just think about storing it, inhaling and drawing that light back in, and storing that in your heart space or even in the solar plexus in your belly. If we think about this as a shield of strength, maybe it makes more sense for it to radiate from the solar plexus. Whatever feels right for you. The next practice for shielding is rooting with the earth. So here we're going to visualize or just feel into our feet and how they're firmly planted. And here's where we'll think about roots extending down into the earth. This energy and this connection of your roots is stabilizing and protecting you. This can be really helpful when you're feeling overwhelmed. It reconnects you to the deep, stable energies of the earth beneath you. So these are energies that are nourishing. If we think about the structure of the element of earth, we're thinking about the mountains. We're thinking about the earth beneath us and all of the layers and how it holds us, how it supports life. Think of yourself as a tree or a plant of some sort, drawing in these energies. Letting go, grounding energies. If you're overwhelmed, think about sending some of that energy into the earth beneath you. These are both really great practices, and they can be used together even. They can help you to create a sense of safety and control when we feel like there's so much going on around us. Using this rooting, earthing, grounding energy, and then using that light. Try these together, try them separate, give them a shot. What do you got to lose, right? These are practices that can support you in being true to yourself in any situation. When we feel grounded, when we feel protected, we feel safe. We feel safe to be ourselves. And that, my friend, is the goal. Being safe to be ourselves, and that's scary and not always realistic. And these practices aren't going to physically save you if there is a clear and present danger. But if you are able to lean into these in those moments when you don't have to be in fight or flight, but your body's telling you to, they can be really powerful practices. Okay, I want to give you another practice, and this is a guided meditation. This is just a slow, brief, guided meditation to help ground and protect you. So we'll be calling on the energy of our guides, of Shamballa, of the cosmos, of our ascended masters, Reiki to support us. Calling on the energy of loving kindness, of compassion to support us. And you can begin by closing your eyes and taking a few deep breaths. Allow your breath to relax you. Allow it to soften any tension in the body. Visualize yourself standing in a field beneath a wide night sky, with the full moon illuminating everything around you. Feel the moon's energy washing over you, clearing away any heaviness, leaving you feeling calm and open. Now imagine a gentle light entering through the top of your head. And this light flows down through the body, filling you with a sense of peace and protection. Bring your attention to your heart and feel the warmth and safety there. If you like, you can repeat to yourself, I am safe, I am supported, I am loved. Take a moment to call on any guides, ascended masters, guardians, ancestors. Ask for their support, knowing that you are held and that you can lean into this energy anytime you need. Come into that visualization of a soft, protective light surrounding you. And this light creating a shield that holds in your energy and keeps out anything that doesn't serve your highest good. Be here in this for just a moment. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes, knowing you can return to this space whenever you like. Okay, friends, I just have a couple of more things to share with you. I recently wrote an article on Medium about equanimity prior to the results of the election coming out. And it was really just a prompt to ask if we can find love and equanimity and understanding if we come to a place where things aren't the way that we expected, if we come into a place that is challenging, can we find that place of equanimity? And equanimity is the ability to stay centered no matter what's happening around us. It's really a gift. It's a gift and it's a practice. So it takes time for us to cultivate this practice of surrender, of equanimity. It's not, again, that we are avoiding emotions. It's a place to help us observe them, but not get lost. During this last week, during these times that are ahead, equanimity will allow us to stand firm and to be centered, to understand that all of these experiences are part of a larger journey. And it's really fucking hard. It's really hard. Both can be true. So finding equanimity is standing in the fullness of it all. And it brings us closer to our growth and to evolving, to shifting our consciousness as a collective. It doesn't mean disengagement. It means that we come into this place of engaging from a grounded perspective. We recognize that everything happens as it's meant to, and we can allow ourselves to respond rather than react. think before we speak, feel before we speak authentically, and speak from the heart. This week's 11:11 portal today and the full moon is a reminder that our intentions matter and that each small mindful choice contributes to our greater path of healing. As we move through this portal, I'd like to remember that we are experiencing a powerful shift in consciousness right now. This support is here. Your community is here. Energetically and spiritually, you can call on it. It's time to be courageous. Be courageous in your vision and in connecting deeply with those aspects of yourself that you want to bring forward in the world. Take your time today and this week to set intentions clearly. Know you're supported by the universe, and let this portal, this 11:11 today, really remind you that manifestation is available, and even in times where things are uncertain. Trust you are exactly where you need to be, and that everything is unfolding in a larger plan, guiding you towards growth, peace, and union with the energies that support all of us. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that these insights help you to navigate these coming days, this week, with a little more ease and clarity. If you'd like additional support, please remember that Reiki, that Shamballa, that the cosmos, all of it's here for you. And if you'd like to join us in the Reiki Rising community on Patreon, we can talk about this more, we can share, we can come together. I'll be sharing a full moon ritual practice for Friday as well, if that's your thing, if you'd like a ritual to lean into. I do have some sessions available this month, but I do have one session available virtual or in person on Saturday as of this morning. So if you're wanting to connect with this full moon energy and the support of Reiki, definitely reach out to me. My booking site link will be in the show description notes, along with the Reiki Rising community on Patreon link. We have yoga today at 4 p.m. We have yoga 3 times a week. If you want to come join us in person or online, that's available too. This month we're talking about gratitude and equanimity. So we're bringing this all together in really supportive practices. So if there's something you need, check it out, see what the offerings are, and take care of yourself, friends. I'm sending you love, peace, and protection, and until next time, let's stay centered and remember that we are supported. Thank you, and take care.